So apparently, Oprah Winfrey just told the entire world that sometime in 2009, Whitney Houston fell off the stage during the taping of one of her shows. And apparently, that fall, Oprah believes is due to her being high. And not only that, apparently, Oprah convinced her entire studio audience that day to keep this entire incident a secret, which has apparently not been discussed until now. For obvious reasons, the Whitney Houston camp is denying Oprah's claims. However, the internet is divided on the timing, at least, of this, if not the morality of this situation. So let's talk about it, shall we? Before we get into the story, please take a minute. Please like, please share, please subscribe to this channel. It goes a long way with the algorithm. Thank you. At the Cannes Lions Festival this month, Oprah Winfrey made headlines when she claimed that Whitney Houston fell off the stage during what she believed was Houston's final appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and that the singer had relapsed on drugs at the time. Oprah said she pleaded with the studio audience not to leak footage of the incident, and they obliged. But Whitney Houston's estate fired back swiftly, calling the account misleading. According to the estate, Houston did fall, but during a sound check in a dark and unfamiliar stage area, and she was not under the influence. The estate insisted the performance that followed was a testament to Houston's discipline and talent, not a sign of relapse, and urged Oprah to stop perpetuating what they called a damaging myth about the late icon. The dispute has reignited a long-standing tension between Oprah and Houston's family over how the singer's legacy is portrayed. But hey, let's hear what Oprah had to say. Let's go to Cannes and
with her when we'd gone behind stage and I asked her about her intention, she was clean. But the day she came to my show then to perform in front of the audience, she was not.
How would you know she was clean that day? How would you know she was clean one day versus another day? Just a question. You know, is Oprah saying that she drug tests her, or she would drug a normal practice for her was to drug test her guests that came to her show? Probably not. But I mean, it's just an interesting recollection of or statement or claim from her to say that one day she came, she was clean. Well, how would you know? Next day she came, she wasn't. Well, how would you know? That's just interesting.
Not. And she fell off of the stage. And I knew that if that story got out that she'd fallen off of the stage, that she would be destroyed by that. And so even though the audience was there and the audience had cameras,
She knew that if that story got out, she'd be destroyed. What does destroyed mean exactly? What does destroyed mean? At that time, Whitney Houston had been singing professionally for roughly 25 years or so. So what does destroyed exactly mean? Does that mean just like heartbroken? Because I mean, it kind of comes off like there was going to be some grave repercussions, maybe professionally, as a result of her falling down on stage. Um, and you know, and besides, I think she had probably made over 200 million from singing by that time. She was like late 40s at that time. I mean, it's no way, in my opinion, that a fall, even an inebriated fall, would change someone's legacy at that point? I mean, was somebody hurt? Was somebody in the crowd injured by this irresponsible behavior? If she was really getting high or whatever and resulted in this catastrophic fall, what happened? Who was harmed as a result?
Beg them not to put those pictures out because it would ruin her life, and they did not.
So here's my definition of what wellness means to me. This is my definition, not yours, just an idea, because you're going to be defining it for yourself. Wellness to me means all things in balance.
Okay. So remember, according to Oprah, her definition of wellness is all things in balance. Excellent word choice.
And balance doesn't mean all things are equal or at peace at all times. Choose.
Okay. Wrong shoes, she says. Wrong shoes when Oprah falls. Like I stated earlier, the family has been pushing back on this claim from Oprah that there was a private conversation and Whitney Houston shared with her that she was indeed high, and before she went out and fell on the stage or something to that effect. But here's the account from her bodyguard who was there, and I think he gives a really interesting take.
That day, what happened?
I don't know whether it was a sound check or they was actually doing I can't remember exactly when she fell, but she was coming toward the front of the stage, and it's a drop off and it's sort of like a dark spot there. So when she got to the edge, I think somebody told her, "Watch, be careful, watch it," and then she went down. But so we got to her, but she got up. Matter of fact, she made fun about it.
What did she say when she was making fun about it?
She was just laughing. She said, "I didn't see that." She said, "I didn't even see that." I said, "That's obvious. You didn't see it."
Oprah.
And that is usually how falls are handled by singers. Probably 10 times out of 10. I think you rarely see one screaming, "I'm high. I'm high. I'm high." Or I mean, how would anybody know that they're high because they fell down? The singers are always falling, and it's understandable. I mean, you got wires and cords and looks like trap doors or something in the floor that they need to step over and see the crowd and remember to what words to sing or dance moves or whatever. I mean, it seems extremely understandable, if nothing else, that somebody may fall down there. I mean, um, I don't know how that just logically follows that if somebody falls, it has to be some foul play involved. I don't get that.
Oprah had suggested that she had relapsed and the fall was due to her being high. Do you think that was the case?
No, I think the case was she didn't really know that stage. And when she walked out there, she stepped off of it, stepped off the end onto the next level. You know, that was the case. I don't know. I guess I would did the same thing if I didn't, because it was sort of dark right there where she stepped off at. From her point of view, she might have thought that she was. I'm not downing nobody. I'm just saying that she wasn't. I would know.
Do you think Oprah should apologize to Whitney's fans and to her family?
Only if she feel that way. Don't do it because somebody else. Be truthful about it. You know.
He a real one. He a real one for that. He said, only if you mean it.
You got to be truthful about it. Don't switch up or apologize if you don't really mean it. That's the way I stand on it. If you don't really mean it, go on with it. Because you know what? Whitney's not here to rebuttal. She's not here. So You never hear her telling me being on the interviews and talking to people too much, because she's not here to back up what I say, or she's not here to rebut what I say. So why talk about it?
And that's the real issue I think that many people are having with this story, is the fact that these are this is a private conversation that allegedly happened, and and Whitney's not here to defend herself, to defend her fall, if you will. I mean, people fall. I mean, okay, just in Whitney's defense of this damning fall here. I have another fall I'd like to examine. This is a good one. You I think they call that a falsetto. Get it, falsetto. Shout out to Jason Derulo for being a good sport. But you see, he didn't complain about it. He started pointing, and he jumped up after that and started singing some more. Not a big deal. I mean, he's singing, walking down steps. I've never done that, but I would imagine. Well, I think I've done that in my mind a few times. You know, listening to my music, but not on the stage in front of people. So could be difficult. Um, but I have a couple theories about this whole situation. Theory one, I think this whole story came about because it gave Oprah an opportunity to say, look at me. I'm a good person. I kept this secret. Unfortunately, I had to tell you the secret that I've been keeping all this time, so you can know that it was a secret. And I don't think it works. Secrets work like that. But she has to tell us now about the secret that she held for so long out of respect. But now she's telling the world about this secret. I don't think you can still be a good person if you do that. I don't. I mean, you can be a good person and keep a secret. You can't be a good person and tell one. I mean, that can't be the evidence of your being a good person. I mean, now it has to be something else that makes you a good person. Maybe the secret you just told, that doesn't really work anymore. Also, you know, what was said privately to maybe give her some help? You know, I wonder what that conversation was about. Was there a conversation about? And I asked that because in this day and age, it seemed like we're more likely to record somebody than offer help. And I think that that may have been the case even 15 years ago when this happened. Like, okay, she's probably high again. Record. I think that is who we are as a people. And I don't think that's right. But I think if we're going to share something, share what resources that she got as a result of her telling you she's high and she's falling down in front of you. What help did she get as a result of that? Did she get any help? Was there anything offered? Clearly, if she's had some struggles, ups and downs, she's relapsed, she's still, I mean, did we just give up on her? Um, other question is like, how is it that how can you say, how can Oprah say that that fall, even if it is she's completely wasted and she falls like this, that's going to destroy her life. That's her words, not mine. Destroy her life. Not years of drug use. That's not going to destroy her life. She lived through that. She made it through that. Her career survived through that. She survived physically to make it to 2009 with that. She survived being Bobby Brown, the reality show. Her career survived that too. You know, she survived being an entertainer, life on the road. She survived a lot of ups and downs. She was, I think she's resilient, you know, but this fall is going to be the end. It makes no sense. But what are your thoughts? Whatever your thoughts are, please share in the comments below. I'd love to read them. I'd love to reply. But I'd like to hear what some of you all think about that. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Thanks for stopping by. Take care.